Hello and welcome to the MAC weather page for this Thursday, September 24th. You can see temperatures above normal this morning in the low to mid 50s across the area. And we have just a great 5-day period that will last right on through the weekend and through Monday right now with lots of sunshine, dry conditions, and temperatures about 10 degrees above normal with highs expected to be well into the 70s, maybe even a day or two where we could touch 80 degrees in some areas. Certainly not out of the question. So very warm and dry conditions should allow for a lot of harvest operations to really get going if you haven't already started. We're starting to see more and more soybeans now rolling in across the state. If we look at the next weather map, you can see across the Great Lakes the overall wind flow from the northeast. That's bringing that cooler, drier air into the Great Lakes. And normally we look at about a 15 to 20 degree spread between highs and lows. But with this dry air, that'll allow for cool nights and warm, mild days. And I think we'll see temperatures about 25 to 30 degrees spread in temperatures with highs in the mid to upper 70s, lows in the upper 40s to low 50s. So again, that'll help also spur on harvest activity, and that helps to turn things. If we look at the weather map, you can see low pressure across Nebraska. That's going to be heading to the north-northeast over the next couple of days, keeping the precipitation well off to our northwest. Also, we're watching an area of very disturbed weather across the southeast U.S. And if we look at the radar, you can see that area of low pressure across Nebraska, bringing the moderate to heavy rains across that area. Also a band across North Dakota moving into Minnesota. Again, we're high and dry. We do not expect any precipitation, at least till Monday night at the earliest. As it looks right now, certainly things could change, but it looks like a great period coming up for the Great Lakes. You can see on the low level wind flow where that low pressure system, and that's pretty neat seeing that south moist air being drawn into the system with cooler air on the back side. Again, that'll be moving away from the Great Lakes with no threat to us. Over the next 7 days, precipitation-wise, you can clearly see where the heaviest tropical rains are going to be pumping out quite a bit of moisture across the southeast U.S. Also, the area disturbed weather off to our northwest. For the Great Lakes, this area, this precipitation will be mainly for early next week when we could see some showers in the Monday night to Tuesday night time frame. Right now, it doesn't look like a big deal, maybe a tenth to a quarter of an inch at most across most of the area. Again, that could change. That's quite a few days out, but right now it doesn't look like a big deal with more warmth to continue right on into the beginning of October before I think we start to turn the pattern quite a bit as we could see a pretty chilly middle and end of October. And I would not be shocked to see perhaps even some snow, possibly even enough to stick to the ground as we get towards the end of the month, but that's a long ways off. But certainly a possibility as we see a big trough that might develop across the Great Lakes and across the eastern U.S. here during that later time period. But again, that's a long ways off. Lots of great weather until then. If we look at the 6 to 10 day outlook, you can see warm across much of the U.S., dry across the Great Lakes. And if we go to the 8 to 14 day outlook as well, much of the U.S. is expected to be very warm and again dry across the Great Lakes, allowing for a lot of harvest activity to get done here during that time period. Now on to Weather Watch, and we got some fog advisories across the eastern portion of mid-Michigan and a number of school delays right now. Breckenridge under a 3-hour delay, and we also have fog across the southern portions of North Dakota, and we have flash flood warnings and advisories or watches across parts of northeast Nebraska, western Iowa, and extreme southeast South Dakota, also for the northern portions of North Dakota. And across southeast Mexico. We have a freeze watch across northern parts of Maine, and we have that's really the major watches we have. Not a whole lot going on out there across the U.S. today, but again, the worst weather will be off to the west, and really decent weather other than morning fog. We expect another round of fog for tomorrow morning as well. But overall, great weather pattern coming up. Thanks for stopping by and have a great day, and 73s to all.